Inspired Scripture has given clear direction as to how we should live, what is required of us. The Bible calls for us to uphold justice and be full of mercy to those in need. We are called to uplift those living in poverty. We are asked to care for widows and protect the fatherless. We are called to offer hospitality to the stranger and foreigner.
On the last day, Jesus will say, "I was hungry, and you fed me. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was sick, and you visited me. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was in prison, and you came to me." The author of life invites us to show his love to the poor, his kindness to the weak, his mercy to the disadvantaged, his justice to the vulnerable. For over 30 years, the ministry of ADRA Canada has taken the love of God to people in need around the world. In times of emergency and crisis, ADRA is there to relieve human suffering and save lives with water, food, shelter, and hygiene kits. In a world with over 60 million refugees and displaced people, ADRA welcomes the stranger with emergency supplies and life-sustaining support. To the hungry, ADRA teaches new methods of producing food on difficult lands. To the sick, ADRA teaches principles of good health, hygiene, and sanitation. To people trapped in prisons of poverty and despair, ADRA ministers with programs that develop new income and inspires new hope for a better future.
Over the last year, ADRA Canada has joined the ADRA network in conducting an emergency response to natural disasters that occurred in Haiti, Fiji, Somalia, and Afghanistan. Ongoing relief programs continue to help people who are still recovering from Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines, the devastating storm in Vanuatu, and the earthquake in Nepal. By providing strong shelters and livelihood skills training, ADRA helps people get their lives back after losing everything in a natural disaster.
In Canada, ADRA played a major role in helping people displaced by the wildfires that ravaged the city of Fort McMurray. Establishing a warehouse in Edmonton, ADRA was assigned the responsibility of accepting all non-cash donations for the crisis. Over 700 volunteers worked together over a 6-month period to process more than 14 million donated items, such as food, clothing, household supplies, personal care products, and baby care materials. Members from local Adventist churches in Edmonton and Fort McMurray played a major role in helping those returning to their homes and their lives in what has been the most costly natural disaster in Canada. In 2016, the worst human disaster came in the form of a refugee crisis, unprecedented since World War II. Over 60 million people were living away from the comfort and security of their home. ADRA brought relief and life-saving assistance to refugees and the displaced in Ukraine, Slovenia, Greece, Iraq, Syria, Myanmar, South Sudan, Somalia, Rwanda, and Uganda. Fleeing from their home with what little they can carry, refugees from the violence of war and conflict zones arrive at camps and settlement areas in need of the most basic essentials of life. ADRA is welcoming the stranger by providing such items as water, food, health assessment, shelter, clothes, blankets, and hygiene kits.
People living in the remote regions of our world suffer needlessly from poor health and access to basic services. Expectant mothers, babies, and children under the age of 5 are at the greatest risk of illness and death. ADRA Canada is reaching out to these vulnerable groups in the Philippines, Cambodia, Myanmar, and Rwanda in a comprehensive, integrated program that is saving lives. Forming village cooperative groups, ADRA invites women of reproductive age to join. In the comfort of small discussion groups, ADRA is able to provide invaluable training on principles of health, diet, nutrition, sanitation, and childcare. Maternity clinics and midwife training provide extra security and peace of mind for expectant mothers. In Rwanda, a new ambulance was given to people living in a remote community. This has already saved the lives of many mothers who suffered complications during and after giving birth. As part of this maternal and child health program, mothers are given training on how to grow new varieties of nutritious food in home kitchen gardens. Composting techniques and natural pesticide training mean that children who were once malnourished are now eating wonderful, balanced meals of organically grown food, freshly picked from home gardens.
Cooking classes teach mothers how to prepare the new foods. Intensive, rehabilitative feeding programs quickly bring children out of malnutrition to robust health and vibrancy. After following the recommendations of the ADRA group training for just a few months, the parents in this program have been amazed at the incredible improvement in the health of the whole family. Their testimony is unanimous.
My little girl used to be sick a lot. Now she hardly ever gets sick.
My children have gained weight.
My children used to be lethargic. Now they are strong and active.
In remote regions of Mongolia, ADRA continues to improve lives through agricultural training and teaching new methods of making income for the family in livelihood programs. In remote hillside regions of Laos, ADRA is saving lives by introducing programs of gravity-fed water systems. With convenient access to water, lives are improved with latrines and better practices of hygiene and sanitation. Nutrition education, agricultural training, and cooking classes all combine to provide children with balanced meals and improved health. The work of ADRA Canada is growing. With your assistance, we are reaching more people than ever before. In 2016, ADRA Canada shared the love of God in 26 countries, showing His mercy to over 500,000 people who were in need. Your kind support has helped restore justice to the disadvantaged and brought new hope for a brighter future. Thank you for your partnership with the ministry of ADRA.